Okay, well, it does transpire that I was wrong. There we go, just said it, grasped the nettle. I was wrong about Colin Robertson. I've long said that he's never worked a day in his life, and it does transpire. Well, no, fair enough. I was wrong about this fact. Information has come to light, and I'll put the record straight. I mean, it doesn't really alter my perception of Colin a great deal, as maybe I'll go on to explain, but still, let's have the record straight. Colin has worked. He has worked. And I mean, previously I was aware that, what he'd referred to as working tended to be while he was maintaining his parasitic 10 years on the dole, taxpayers' expenses. He did some time like part-time. He went and drank tea with old wifeys in a charity shop and filmed confessional videos in the back room, which we've seen before, and perhaps I'll just put a little clip in.
Three quarters of the people I'm attracted to are female.
Just purely in the interests of damaging morale within the movement. Such is my want. But anyway, further from that, I will admit I was wrong. It does transpire he has actually worked, and this is going from an anecdote presented by Mr. Colin Liddell, who has an account on Twitter, which you all should go and follow. Colin, he's a funny guy, Colin, and he's got some very good takes. He's also pro-Ukraine, and he's about 6'4". Again, I missed this. Someone put me right on this, because I previously said, well, all the pro-Ukraine people seem to be well over 6 foot. Well, not all, but overwhelmingly over 6 foot. Nix is 5'11", which is still taller than average. Whereas all the fucking ziggers, all the dissident right crew, well, they're all little goblins, as you know what I've done at length before. So let's continue from that. But Colin Liddell, he revealed this one today on Twitter. I'll just read it from the screen. Which alt-writer, quote, he told me about his youth. Oh, where's this going? Oh, is this Tottenham Court Road? I don't know. He told me about his youth when he was down in London. I think we already know who he's talking about, but he will confirm it. And found a way to rig the tills at his work and rake in thousands of pounds until he was finally caught, but not prosecuted, just fired, leading to a moral crisis and a period of prolonged depression. Oh God, I feel so glum. Won't somebody send me some money? Of course, it's Colin Robertson. Millennial Woes, OG Woes, the Neocrat. We have a winner. So there we go. We have confirmation. This was Colin Robertson. This was while he was down in London. He was going down in London, wasn't he? That's a bit crude, isn't it? But let's have the facts on the record. That's what he was doing around this time. This was his much vaunted gay fees.
My gay fees, my gay fees.
In art college, which on that video with those two American gentlemen, one portly American gentleman, one not quite so portly. It's a good video, that, by the way. I'll put that in you have to watch it on Odyssey, and it's a ridiculous length. It's 7 hours, but it does have timestamps, and it's quite funny because the fat guy especially, he doesn't buy Millennial Woes' gaslighting and memory holding of the gay fees. And it's just quite funny, really. That's the one where Colin says that societal pressures of the 1990s made him gay. I don't know, what was that, Home and Away or something? what was it? Britpop? I don't know, Park Life? Johnny Vaughan on The Big Breakfast? I don't know, what was it that made you gay in the 1990s? Or was it just you being gay? Well, fine, fair enough. We can move past that. But he does, what else does he say as well? He says, well, and they're basically saying, but you were gay in art college. And he's just like, yeah, but if you put men in prison, they'll be gay. It's like, he went to art college in the 1990s in London. Blimey. I don't think, there's just plenty of impressionable birds around there, But whatever. Fine. We'll move past all that. And we'll focus on the parasitic extraction of funds from a working man, which in this instance, presumably, would be his boss, because I'm reading that and I'm just going to go on my own speculation here. That doesn't sound like a corporate employee. It doesn't sound like he was working at Asda's. As entertaining as that notion is, it immediately brings to light the Alan Partridge sketch.
How was the flour?
Aisle 4.
119 for the Tetley.
Thanks, Al. That's 16.90. You go careful there now, my love. You're all right packing.
You know, as entertaining as that possibility of him working at Asda's on the checkout would be, because he is an old wifey. I've said this before. He has an old wifey's personality, you know, apart from he is dark triad. But he's a dark triad, old wifey. You know, he'd sit around drinking tea and going, oh God, this is weather's awful, isn't it? Oh God, I haven't seen Gerald for a long time. He's got a new job, all right. That kind of stuff. Like that is basically his personality, this kind of empath, kind of feigned. He's very adept at that. But anyway, in this job, which we're not aware of the nature of the job, I mean, I'm going to presume he's probably working in a fucking gay bar or something. I mean, that would make sense, wouldn't it? He's on the till at his work. I mean, well, maybe it's like some DVD shop or something. But what I'm speculating here is I think it's got an owner stroke manager. It's a one-man band, or it's a small-time employee. Because I will bet the farm that he turned the water taps on and he did what he always does and manipulated emotionally to garner a response that would be favourable to him. Because obviously he didn't want to get prosecuted. So he was just fired. He wasn't prosecuted. He was stealing money from this working man at his job. Again, this is the only information we can go on here. We do have to speculate. He was stealing money from his employee. Thousands of pounds in the early 90s. Sorry, beg pardon, the early 2000s. It's a substantial amount of money. Stealing thousands of pounds from him. So in order to not get prosecuted, I can guarantee, like, let's just say he's working in a fucking gay bar, which again, far from outside the realms of possibility when we look at his youth in London. So he's probably got some, I don't know, preening old queen boss who, I don't know, he would have read the situation and he would have looked for weakness, because Millennial Woes is a parasite. You have to realise this just underlines it in spades. Everything he does, it's just attaching himself to a host. So he got in this job and he was presumably earning a few quid with this job, but it wasn't enough for him. He wanted more, so he stole, because he is a parasite, and he was in with the host. And when the host discovered, hang on a minute, this guy's a parasite, he's stealing from me, he would have then employed all his dark triad skills and evaded prosecution, which it seems that he was successfully managed to achieve. And I would speculate that he would have read the guy, like the fucking, dark triad he is, and like the manipulator he is. He's just, as I say, probably some fat old queen or something, lives at home with his mother. So that's what Millennial Woes would have come back. Oh God, but please don't tell anyone. Oh no, don't tell anyone. My mother, she's awful sick at the moment. Oh God, no, this would break her. This would really break her. Please, I'm so sorry. I'll make it up for you, but just please don't involve the police. Something like that. That is what I'd be certain of it, that he would have employed all his dark triad, wounded kind of narcissism. Employed all of that and wriggled off the fucking hook again. And that's what he's done ever since. With all this stuff with the dissident right, when he gets, found out about his grifting, found out about, his annus horribilis. Well, everything else. No, I mean, we can kind of laugh about it, but he gives fucking STDs, like incurable STDs, which can result in cervical cancer and sterility. He gives that to young, impressionable thoughts in the dissident right. And it's not a problem for anyone in the dissident right. Content creators, Federation of Grift. And in that, thing that I posted previously, which is, based on those screenshots, what is the girl say in that there's 4 really top dissident right accounts, and they all know about this. They all know about it, but they all keep silent because they don't give a fuck, because they want to earn money. Colin helps them earn money, so they don't say, hang on a minute, this guy's, he's fucking literally toxic. And via his status, which we are enabling, he is getting his mitts upon these impressionable young girls. That girl apparently was 20 at the time, and he's afflicting them with potentially serious conditions, as I say, cervical cancer potentially, and sterility. It's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting behaviour. Like, I mean, the guy kind of downplays it, apparently, according to those texts, and he says, oh no, you just go and get an injection and that's you fine. But apparently that's not the case. No, what he's got is some different strain, and it's a serious condition that can result in terrible conditions for these girls. They don't. The four top accounts, you know, I mean, we can all guess at that. That was from around 2020, that little stream of screenshots. So there's probably four top accounts. Who is it? Morgoth? I don't know. AA? I don't know. Who else? Whatever. It doesn't really matter, does it? But it's the top dissident right accounts that just all go, oh, well, it's just Colin. None of them give a fuck. They're all just amoral, like, completely. And as I say, they don't want to come out and go, this is disgusting, this guy's a fucking piece of shit, and be public about that and protect their readership or their listeners, you know, and that whole little scene itself from this repulsive figure. Because that will, you know, suddenly they'll probably get cast out and that their earning potential will be reduced if they don't do it. So it's all about money, this scene. They're just grifters. And, I mean, status, narcissism, you know, ego as well. It's all tied in, but essentially, it's all about money. They're fucking shysters. They'll tell you, oh, I'm for my people. They don't do shit for their people, ever. So I've said many times, I'll say it again, when have they ever raised money for their people? Well, they do raise money for their people being other members of COG, the Confederation of Grift. Because that's all it fucking is. It's this little loosely affiliated confederation of grifters that all fucking, you know, it's the one rule of Grift Club: always facilitate grift, always maintain grift. So therefore, flag this guy and go, wait a minute, hang on, he's giving serious, you know, potentially like life-changing, horrific conditions to people. Maybe I should call this guy out. No, because then I wouldn't be facilitating grift and I wouldn't be welcoming Grift Club. Scumbags, a lot of them. There you go. So, in a nutshell, Colin, you have worked, but only to parasitically attach yourself to another host, which is all you've ever fucking done. There we go. I just want to have it right. Let it not be said that I will not admit where I was wrong. I was wrong about that. You have worked only as a means to extract more money, surreptitiously.